So I have a box. It's a little box. And I call it my bad day box, but I think I'm officially going to just start calling it my moment box. I don't want to say the word bad because it's just a negative reinforcement. And sometimes we're human. We just, it's a moment. Anyway, so in my moment box, I just have a few of my favorite things. Little things that bring joy to me, or comfort, or whatever it may be. For me, it's chocolate. And so I think I might have mentioned this a while ago, but I don't think I stressed the fact that the box can be physical and it can be intangible. Ideally, a moment box would be additional finances for when you need it, and also additional finances when you just need when you just want a little pick-me-up. And so I haven't structured my thoughts, but I want to do a moment box, a physical moment box for each one of the seasons. So spring, summer, fall, winter. I want a moment box for each one of those seasons and just one in general. And also, when it comes to significant relationships, I just had an epiphany. So I wanted to mention that significant relationships, such as marriage, that's deserving of a moment box. And the moment doesn't stop at the wedding. It goes on and it goes on. You have these significant moments with each other, and those should be acknowledged and saved, and then revisited. Revisit anything that makes you smile, and also build on that. A smile is just one way to express happiness, and then there's layers on top of that. Anyway, a bad day box, a moment box, for you and your spouse together as a couple. You will have moments in your marriage, and you might need a little pick-me-up in your marriage together as a unit. And there's a book that I read. This is just something that I found beautiful. It's a book called Passionate Marriage by David Snyder. And I'll maybe edit and put a screenshot in there. And maybe for your marriage, it's a different book. Or maybe it's not a book at all. Maybe it's a game that you play as a couple. Or, something not that you just look at and oh, that was a good time, even though that's important, but something interactive, something that you can use, and you put it in your moment box for you and your partner. And that's not excluded to marriages. Marriages are not the only intimate relationships that we have in life, or personal relationships that we have in life. So yes, a moment box for you as an individual, and moment boxes for those that you care about. If you have a child, a teenager, or somebody in you know that when they have a moment, they have a moment, and you know what makes them happy. Why not get that together before the moment happens and you are prepared? Everybody knows raising kids is hard enough. Your kid will have a moment at school, at practice, rehearsal, at work, or whatever it may be. They will have a breakup. Something will happen, and you'll try to console them, you'll try to comfort them, you'll try to give them advice, and in that particular moment, for whatever reason, you're just coming up shy. So why don't you have it laid out for yourself ahead of time? A inspirational whatever, their favorite candy, their something, a scented candle. Maybe that's for the adults, but something that sparks joy. And don't forget to remind people of their accomplishments when they are having a moment, because when we can reflect on what we have conquered, on what we have accomplished, what we have conquered, that's a motivator right there. That's a motivator, and it not only motivates them to accomplish whatever it is, but actually to exceed what they have done in the past. And the moment boxes are really great for when you want to interact with someone, but they're not ready. They don't want to interact with you, but they need a little bit of a pick-me-up. You got your little moment box. You've already prepared it because you know, like, this time of year, this person, this happens. Like kids, they go back to school. That's a lot of stress on kids. That's a lot of stress. And I know that they get school supplies and new clothes sometimes, a couple of new outfits, whatever. But outside of that, just getting back into school, that's a stressor and a little something for those days. And my moment box, I have not decorated it or anything yet, but that is something I do want to eventually do, because it's a whole experience of having that for yourself. And when you have your moment, you can, when you're decorating it, that's a time to, if you even want to decorate it, and you open the box and you're like, I did this for myself, or this person did this for me. And it's just a moment of gratitude. Gratitude is another component to happiness and peace. I don't think you can have peace if you don't have gratitude. I would like to put, these are just ideas, like you could decorate your moment box with Bible verses and, make it really cute and artistic. And you could have a moment box for breakups, for, anything. I have to go back to the layers of happiness. What I was trying to say was, when it comes to life, there are different stages of happiness. It is the anticipation, the planning, the excitement. So the pre-event phase. Then you have the actual event phase. So the actual event, the preparation, the anticipation, the excitement, and all of that fuels over into the actual event and amplifies it. It makes it more impactful, and the memory will be more lasting. And then you have the post-event. And there you get to reminisce on what happened and smile and laugh and giggle and that and share it. That is the third part of the layers of happiness that I'm trying to convey. And the bad day box is an illustration of that on a smaller scale, but it's a big deal. So when you are doing something for yourself or someone else, keep this in mind. The people in our lives, we are our greatest gifts from God. The biggest asset you have is the time that you invest in yourself and in other people. That is the biggest interest payment, is the interest that you invest in yourself and other people. That is the payoff. That is the biggest payoff that there is in life. Some people don't get that. And always stay optimistic. Be optimistic. Smile at people. Laugh. Enjoy people. There is hope, and there are beautiful things in the world still. There is beautiful things in the world because there is beauty in people. There's beauty in people. There's beauty around us still. Don't be blinded by the darkness, because the light is shining through.